happy to have all of you guys. This is such an exciting thing to have a class that where we get to take a week and go overseas. So I'm really excited to tell you guys about all of this. And like I said, spread the word. Yeah, hopefully, and we'll get everybody going. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and then I'm just going to take you through a PowerPoint, just so that it's going to give you like as much information as I can give you. And then, but feel free to stop me if there's, questions. I'll also, answer questions at the end and stuff like that too. So, feel free to ask me anything as we're going along here. So here we go. Okay, can everybody see that? Okay.
Yes.
See that? Okay, perfect. Okay, so all right, so here we go. So here's kind of what I'm going to cover. Let me just look in the chat for 1 second. Looks fine. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Okay, so here we go. So here's kind of the things that I'm going to cover as we go through, which is I'll talk a little bit about me and my travel story. Just so you know my background, and then I'll talk about where and when we're going to Paris. So we'll talk about the trip itself. We'll talk about safety and protection. EF is a huge organization. It's one of the biggest vendors for travel abroad. So it's a great company to go with. Lots of safety and protection and stuff. So, that's kind of it's an important thing, I think, for anyone that, wants to travel. So, also program details and your investment. We'll talk a lot about ways to get to raise money, to apply for scholarships, all that kind of stuff to help fund your trip. And even GoFundMe's, we might do fundraisers, all kinds of stuff, so that we can try and raise as much money as possible so that you can just enjoy the trip and you don't have to worry so much, too much about the cost. And we'll also talk about how to enroll and everything like that. So that's the basics for tonight. Just a little bit about the class. This is going to be in the spring. It'll be an English 3 argumentative writing class. And we'll be reading a lot of from this book, which is a fabulous book, which I hope you guys will like, but it's called Your Brain on Art, How the Arts Transform Us. So here are a few of the highlights, just so you can kind of get an idea of what we'll be looking at. So in this class, you'll read Your Brain on Art and many other articles about how art, like fine art, music, poetry, all that kind of stuff, can enhance psychological well-being by providing restorative properties and personal meaning to our lives. Part of the reason that I wanted to do this trip is because, post-pandemic, all of the, everybody's still trying to recover from, the pandemic and the quarantine and all of that. So I think this is a great time to go and study about great ways to have, to enhance our, kind of positive mental well-being. So in particular, we'll look at how museums offer benefits such as increased self-esteem, sense of identity, reduced social isolation, decreased anxiety, and how museums can challenge visitors to think about themselves and the world and thereby experience personal growth. So there's actually been a lot of studies, believe it or not, about how museums themselves can offer all of these kinds of benefits. And even during the quarantine, there were a lot of museums doing a lot of like online things and stuff to help people. And there have been post-pandemic lots of things about how, going to the museums can be a great restorative process and stuff. And so, and part of the reason that we're going to Paris for this is because Paris is one of the most famous cities in the world in terms of museums, because we've got like the Louvre, which of course is super famous, and the Musée d'Orsay and all of those kind of things also. And I'll tell you more about some of the stuff we'll see, but we will talk about how art activates positive responses in our brains. So we'll actually look at we'll literally look at how research about how art is, really helps. It's like cognitively, how we can incorporate artistic practice into our daily lives, how enhanced environments can boost mood, how art can help rehabilitate, how new innovations in art like VR and, all kinds of really interesting futuristic kinds of things are changing our way of thinking and all kinds of stuff like that. And once we lay that groundwork, then we'll actually design a blog. I'll show you guys how to do that. And then we'll post reflections on the blog that relate to all the stuff we learned while we're in Paris. So, and we'll visit Versailles, we'll visit the Louvre, we'll visit Musée d'Orsay, and we'll visit Palais Tokyo. Those will be the 4 museums that we'll visit and, kind of and we'll kind of work into the whole class, but it won't be all work. So we'll actually get to have a lot of fun along with it. So we'll be seeing like Notre Dame, the Eiffel Tower, Montmartre. So there'll be a lot of time also just to have a good time and to travel and to see all the great landmarks in Paris and stuff like that. So here is the itinerary. One thing that I wanted to mention about this is EF, for some reason, and this is the first time I've worked specifically with this company, they can't change the portal. I don't know why. This is so crazy, but anyway, I worked with them to set up this itinerary. And on the portal, they just have their standard Paris itinerary, which is not the same as what we'll be doing. So this is our actual itinerary. And if you want me to send you this, let me know, or if you're or if you want me to send you the PowerPoint, let me know. But anyway, so we will fly overnight to Paris. We'll be looking at we'll be going over spring break. So it'll be March 28th through April 3rd will be the days. And in that, on the first day, obviously we fly to France. In this day 2, we will meet our field director, who will be fluent in French. So that'll be helpful. Even though most people in France speak English, it's still nice to have someone, that knows the local language. And we'll take a walking tour of the Latin Quarter. We'll see Notre Dame Cathedral, and then we'll have dinner at the Latin Quarter. So this whole first day will just be having fun, getting to know the city, getting to see Notre Dame and all of that. So it'll be really fun. The next day, we'll take a guided tour of Paris, and we'll get to see all of the famous places. So Place de la Concorde, the Champs-Élysées. This is like kind of like Rodeo Drive in LA. It's the fancy shopping district, basically. The Arc de Triomphe, the Eiffel Tower, of course, the Hotel des Invalides. That's all of that kind of stuff. And then we'll take the guided tour of Versailles, which, if you haven't seen it, it's incredible. It's so amazing. And we'll get to see, and we actually get kind of like our own guide for Versailles. So they're going to take us on kind of like a private tour, which will be cool. We'll get to see the state apartments of the king and queen, the lavish hall of mirrors, landscape gardens and ornate fountains. The outside of it is just amazing. So, and then after that, we actually get to do a scenic view of Paris and sail along the iconic Seine River. I'm going to show you photos of all of these things here in just a minute. But super cool. We'll get to see Paris basically from the river. If any of you guys saw recently the Olympics, all of the athletes actually came in on the Seine River and stuff like that. So you might have seen that too, but we'll get to go on the Seine River too. Day 4, we'll be going to the Louvre the whole day. And we'll just be exploring. It's an incredible, incredible museum. You'll get to explore it the whole day on your own. I'll give you some things to reflect on, for the class, but mostly it'll just be, you'll get to kind of have your day there and explore it. There's so many things to see there. And then day 5, this is the thing I think I'm most excited about, because I didn't get to do this before when I was in Paris. But we're going to a French perfumery, where they're going to take us to where they harvest and bottle it and all that kind of stuff, which will be super, super fun. And then after that, we'll go to the Musée d'Orsay, which is another just incredible museum. And then day 6, we'll go to the Palais de Tokyo. They have a brand new exhibit, which I'll show you, which is all about like positive mental health and stuff, which will be really interesting too. And then we'll get to take a walking tour of Montmartre, which, so we'll get to see the Sacré-Cœur and all that kind of stuff, and actually have dinner in Montmartre too. So, everything, it's a lot packed in there, but it's just such a fun trip. I can't wait. So, and then we'll come back home on the 7th. So yeah, it's a jam-packed, it's like 5 jam-packed days with a flight at the beginning and the end, but super, super fun. So, all right, here we go. So a little bit about me. I've been teaching for about 13 years. I love, love, love teaching. I do a million other things as well. But I also love to travel. So when I'm not teaching in the summers and winters, then I go and live overseas. So that gives me a chance to travel, when I'm not teaching, which I love. So I love to travel because I love experiencing new places, new foods, meeting new people, all that kind of stuff. Traveling to me is such a great, it's just such a great experience. So I'm very excited to get to share it with you guys. My first travel experience, believe it or not, was in high school. My choir went to New York to sing at Carnegie Hall. So that was an amazing experience. Going to New York was really cool. And that kind of started me loving travel. And then after that, I started to do more and more travel. And I've been traveling almost all my life, but I really started doing long-term travel in about 2010. So like going and living in places for about a month in the summers and in the winters. So long-term travel is really interesting too, because you get to kind of feel like what it's like to be a local, which I really like. So that's that's my story. Here's a few photos of places that I've been. So Ireland, I know one of you guys that's here today also went to Ireland. I've been to Istanbul, was an incredible, incredible city. Such an interesting place. Here's Rome. This is the Spanish Steps here that I'm on. Jamaica was really cool. Barcelona, and here's Marrakesh. This is right near the Medina, which is the marketplace where you have the, the rugs and the Aladdin lamp kinds of things and all of that. It's a really, really cool experience. So all of those are just a few of the places that I have been and loved. But let's see. Okay, so why plan for future travel now? So, a couple things. Planning for it now gives you something to look forward to. And I know I've already started taking French lessons in my car just because then I can start learning French again, which I haven't studied in a long time. But every day that when I do my 10 minutes or whatever in the car, then it just makes me think about the trip and it makes me excited for it. So also, you can budget and make smaller payments and take advantage of the early enrollment scholarships. So there's lots of scholarships. I'm going to talk about that today. And also, you can make smaller payments. You don't have to pay for everything up front. So I'll show you how that works. And EF also has a lot of ways to make extra money and to do fundraisers and everything like that. And also, it's just a bucket list thing. It's a trip of a lifetime. Traveling in college is such a great experience. You can travel with other people, in the college and meet lots of people. And it's just a really, really fun thing to do. So here's another thing, which is kind of interesting too, just in terms of like educational and professional benefits. Believe it or not, study abroad alums saw their GPA rise twice as quickly as a result of going abroad compared to those who did not, which is just kind of an interesting statistic. 92% of employers are looking for the skills and traits that students develop in study abroad settings. So employers love people that have international and travel experience. So that's also really good. Job security, 93% of students who study abroad and entered the workforce were employed within 6 months of graduation, compared to 49% of those who did not study abroad. So that's kind of a cool statistic too. And salary, students that travel tend to have higher salaries than those that don't. So those are just some kind of fun little statistics. But, in addition to just being super fun to travel, there's actually some professional benefits later down the line too. So also some personal things too, developing some critical skills, confidence, curiosity, empathy. For any of you that have traveled, there's all these different things. You get to know the culture, and it's such a great, and you get this global perspective. So it's really it's such a great eye-opening experience, I think. And international exposure, outside the US builds stronger connections between classmates, locations, and the world. That help make you a global citizen. So just, it's great to, to have that international experience. And also it's just really fun. Travel's awesome. And this type of program combines all the memories and the food and the sights and experiences with valuable development. So this is just such a great, if you haven't traveled a lot before, it's so cool because in this travel kind of experience, you get to go with your college, you get credit for it, you get to go with other, people from your class. And then everything is sort of taken care of for you. So they'll have everything, set up for you. The whole itinerary is set up for you and stuff. So it's a great, an easier way to travel and just kind of a way that you can just enjoy yourself and have fun. So there's lovely Paris. And yeah, we're going to see all kinds of things. So this says art, architecture, cuisine, and history come to life when you immerse yourself in the city of light. From the icons to the unexpected, you'll gain a deeper understanding of French food, language, art, culture as you make Paris your home for a week. Explore landmarks such as the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, Notre Dame Cathedral, and discover wonders in the extraordinary Sacré-Cœur Basilica and Bohemian Montmartre. So here's a couple of the places that I was talking about before. This is Versailles over here on the left, which is this incredible, incredible place. And you get to, it's the palace. So you'll get to, you'll get a guided tour of it. You get to see the gardens and stuff, which are really amazing. And it was once home to Marie Antoinette, which is kind of cool. And then this is the cruise along the Seine River. So you can see here, we'll be cruising along. You'll get to see Paris from the river, which is kind of cool too, and see the architecture. And, it's just really, it's a fun thing to do. Here is, of course, the Louvre, which is just really fun. And of course, the iconic kind of thing. So we'll look at the architecture as well, but you'll get to see the actual Mona Lisa, and all of these famous works of art in this amazing museum. So it's kind of cool. And then this is Montmartre too, or Sacré-Cœur, so you'll get to see that. And there's you'll see Matisse, Monet, Picasso, Van Gogh, all of the most famous artists in these in these great places. So here's the Champs-Élysées, which is the high fashion district where you can shop and everything. So, and that's the Arc de Triomphe, of course, there. And we'll get to see, so we'll get to go along that and get to see all the really cool shops and everything, the great Paris fashion and everything. And then this is the Latin Quarter. This is the place that we'll actually start. We'll get to have dinner there in the Latin Quarter. And it's named for the original scholars of the Sorbonne University, which is like the it's that's their most famous university, kind of like our Harvard and Stanford and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so that's really cool too. Here is Musée d'Orsay. It's so beautiful. Yeah, every time I see this photo, I'm just like amazed. But anyways, the history of the museum is kind of cool. It was the museum was installed in the former Orsay railway station. And so that you can see here that it has a really unique architecture there. And one of the things that we'll be kind of studying is how these sort of great architectural spaces, kind of what they do for us in terms of just filling us with this great sense of like awe and calming and just this wonder and this great, just it's really cool to be in these spaces. So, and we'll also get to see the works of Van Gogh there too. And we'll look specifically at Van Gogh because his work often addresses mental health, but we'll be looking at, all the most famous artists. And here is Palais de Tokyo. This is their new pavilion. It's the Hamo pavilion. It was specifically built after the pandemic for just to sort of foster positive mental health. And you can see these kids having a great time there. But we'll get to visit this space and everything and kind of check out that new pavilion. So let's see. And then, and this is just about EF. This is just their information, but they have 52,000 team members. So it's a huge organization, 100 countries that they go to, 600 schools they work with, 1 million students that go with them every year. So it's a huge, huge organization. So you can, so it's really professional. You know what I mean? It's because they've just been doing it for a really long time. So they're the world leader in international education. They have 55 experience and more years of experience. They organize all the travel logistics and details for the all-inclusive experience. So they're going to take care of everything. They're also an expert in safety, experiential learning, building incredible study abroad programs, all that kind of stuff. So they've been doing this forever. So they're experts there. They did have a proven safety record during COVID. So, safety in that way too. And they're committed to sustainability, accessibility, all of that kind of thing. So they provide the groups with the field director, like I said, which is so great because our field director will be, fluent in French. So, and will be able to help us with everything. They'll be, helping with the guided tours and everything. So it'll be really nice to have them kind of running everything from the local perspective. And then local presence and safety teams in the country. So they always have if anything were to happen, there's safety teams right there, 24-hour emergency line. So, safety really important, of course. So also, this is another thing which we'll talk about probably, down the line, but this is something to keep in mind, which you can also get these travel protection plans too. And you can see here that they help to, in case if there's like an illness or an accident, or you have to cancel last minute or any of that kind of stuff. So just so you know, that's optional for you if you want to do that to feel better about, your investment and stuff like that. So. Okay, so here's what's included. Round trip international airfare on major airlines. But one thing that I want to let you guys know is that if you would rather book your airfare on your own, if you think that you can book it, cheaper, you are allowed to do that. You just would want to make sure that the times are, close to the same times as the rest of us are going. But that's an option for you if you feel like you want to do that. Sometimes, people love it that, they're just going to book the airfare for us, but just in case, you have that option if you want to book it on your own. Safe quality hotel rooms. They will book the hotel rooms, all for us and everything. That'll be completely taken care of. Like I said, we'll have a field director accessible 24/7 from the country itself. Transportation while abroad. So they'll take us to all the different locations and everything that's all included in the price. All these things are included. Thoughtfully designed cultural and academic itinerary. So I've worked with the company to make sure that it, fits the class and stuff. Field visits, entrances, and activities. So they'll get us into all the museums and all the different, the Latin Quarter and the Seine River Cruise and all that stuff. All of that'll be set up for us. I believe that we have breakfasts included as well, and some select dinners. Like the first night we're there, we'll get to eat in the Latin Quarter, and that's all included as well. So there's a 24/7 emergency support line and help with travel prep and funding. So their EF will help once you decide to sign up. They will help with the travel prep and the funding and everything like that. So they're going to help. That's going to be a really important thing for, they'll help you with all the money and that kind of thing too. So the only things that they don't cover are these things over here. Passport and visa fees. We actually don't need a visa to go to France. So all you have to do is just make sure that your passport is up to date. Airline baggage fees, that's just, the $25 per bag or whatever it is, for the airlines. Personal spending money, of course, you want to, any spending that you want to do on your own, you'll just have to, bring money for that. Lunches and snacks while we're walking around. Lunches aren't included, so that's just something to kind of keep in mind. And then gratuities if you want to tip like the bus drivers, the guides, the meal staff, and all that. So, yeah, so that's that. Let's see. Let me look in the chat here just a second. Let's see. That's a good question, actually. The Real ID these days is supposed to count for that, but let me double check on that. That's a great question. I'll let you guys know. Yeah. And feel free to email me about that too, but I'll check on that. Let's see. Secure one of the okay, so there's limited spots because there's only the people in the class. But of course, like I was saying before, if you have friends that want to do it, all they have to do is sign up for LBCC to become an LBCC student and then sign up for the class. So that's fine. It's just that the class itself is limited. I believe the cap is 25. So once that fills up, then that's then that's it. So you do want to secure the spot pretty quickly. And let's see, you can start making manageable payments. So once you sign up, then they can help set you up on like payment plans and things like that too. If you've already taken English 3, I will double check on that. I think that you wouldn't be able to take it again, but let me double check. It's possible that they might allow you to do it again. Let me find out about that. That's a good question too. So yeah, I'll let you know about that. Let's see. Collect donations from friends and family for the holidays. So you might want to do sometimes people will do like GoFundMe and stuff like that, or other ways to kind of see if family and friends can help out as well. Sabrina, I'll go back to that slide here in just a second and I'll show you the totals. Yeah, here in just a minute. And then let's see. You can, once you enroll, if you enroll tonight, or, soon, you do have 30 days to receive a refund if you pay the full amount up front. So if you change your mind, you can do that. Let's see. And then the absolute drop dead enrollment deadline is December 23rd. But you definitely don't want to wait that long because by that point the class will probably be full. So it's going to fill up quickly. I've already had like a ton of students interested because Paris is a super popular place to go. So just don't wait too long is my only advice on that. But here's what they say. It says to be eligible, the traveler must enroll in a program at least 120 days prior to the scheduled departure date and cancel within 30 days of enrollment. Travelers must pay in full or enroll in our automatic payment plan and must remain in good financial standing at the time of cancellation to remain eligible. So that's just to be eligible for that, you know, if you needed to cancel that 30 days of enrolling. So, but yeah, so that's the deadlines there. Here are the dates. So this is, we'll be going over spring break. And so you won't have to worry about like your other classes and that kind of thing, all except for, you know, you may have homework in some of your other classes, but you might want to talk to your, you know, just talk to your professors. I also may send out a letter or give you a letter you can send to your professors just saying, hey, I'm going to be going on this trip. Just so they're aware and that kind of thing, but just, it'll be over spring break. So it won't be interfering with your other classes and that kind of thing. So, so yeah, so these are the dates that we are planning, which is the 28th through April 3rd. And we'll see, you know, we'll go from there after that. So here we go. Sabrina, I know you were just asking. So it's 4110 in full. And that's if you decide to let them book your airfare for you. If you decide to book, you know, your own airfare, then that would, you know, that might bring that down. But this would be including everything. But you can do it on a monthly program, which is $574 monthly. And you can also do it bi-weekly if that's easier, $287 bi-weekly, or you can put at least a $95 deposit down. So there's lots of different options in terms of how to pay for it. So once you sign up, EF will kind of explain, you know, all of those options. And I'm going to show you a bunch of other things here in just a second too that'll help. So, so EF itself, they have their own scholarships. So they have 24 scholarships that they give out annually that you can apply for. And I'll show you that in just a second. On the EF, once you sign up for the trip too, they also have like a donation page that you can, you know, if you want to have family and friends, you know, help donate, or like I said, you can also do like a GoFundMe kind of thing. So this is a place where people can help if they, you know, if they want to help you go. And they also have, EF also has this budgeting and financial resources guide. And they'll tell you all about like other ways that you can check, you know, with LBCC. And LBCC also has some scholarships, which I'll show you in just a second. So yeah, so there's lots of ways to raise money. This is another scholarship, the Gilman Scholarship. They have an October deadline. So you'll, you know, if you want to sign up, and then check on the Gilman Scholarship. They love giving scholarships to for study abroad. They're just a company that loves to do that. So that's definitely a place to take a look, and I'll show you that in a minute here too. Also, like I said, LBCC, the study abroad department at LBCC also has scholarships, but you have to enroll in the study abroad department at LBCC, and also you have to, you know, you have to enroll in the trip itself and in the class in order to be eligible. They just want to make sure that you're serious about going is the only reason for that. But let me just show you really quickly what that looks like. So here are, here's what the EF study abroad looks like. So they have these scholarship opportunities right here. And they also have this fund for education abroad. And here it'll have the eligibility requirements and everything. So if you guys want more information, just email me and I'll send you all these links and everything. I'm happy to, you know, send all this stuff to you. Or if you sign up tonight, also all of this stuff will be, you'll get all of this stuff. They'll send you links and everything to all this. There's a Future Nobel Laureates Scholarship Program as well. So this is another option. They have a trip funder, which is like a fundraising platform. That's the one I was telling you about. And these are all additional scholarship opportunities as well. So they have a whole bunch of different opportunities through EF itself, which is the vendor, you know, that we're using. And let me see. Oh, okay. Sorry, you can't see it. Okay, sorry. Let me hold on a second. Can you see it now? Let me stop this here. Thanks for letting me know. Sorry about that. Let me share it again here. Can you guys see it now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. So here's what the EF site looks like. So they have these scholarship opportunities here. They have the Fund for Education Abroad scholarships here. And they give out, you know, all of these here. Then they also have this Future Nobel Laureate Scholarship Program. And they have a trip funder through their portal where you can have like family and friends and everybody donate to And then these are all additional scholarship opportunities as well. So they have tons and tons of opportunities, lots and lots of ways to, to fund it. So let me know, like I was saying, and I'll send you, this information, and you can sign up here, and they'll tell you all about all the different options there. And then here is the Gilman Scholarship. And the applications are open now. The deadline is in October. So yeah, so this is all and again, I can send you, this information as well. You might as well apply to as many as you can, you know what I mean? And then the study abroad here, this is the LBCC study abroad program. And then you'll see down here, it says financial aid and scholarships. And they have study abroad scholarships for up to $4,000, which would fund your whole trip. So that would be fabulous. So if you have, a good GPA and everything like that, definitely apply for all that kind of stuff. All of that is super, that if you got one of those scholarships, your whole trip would be funded. So, and here you can see here's more information and, everything about my trip. So, yeah, so that's basically, that's all the information in terms of the, a lot of the funding and stuff like that. And we may also do some additional fundraisers as well. Like maybe we'll do like a selling chocolate or doing a car wash or, whatever. So, we'll organize that through EF, but we might try some other things like that as well. So we'll do lots of things to help with the money. Okay, so let me go back to this, and can everybody see this PowerPoint okay?
Yes.
Okay.
I do have a question.
Yeah,
Could I
no,
have your email put in the chat, please, so that I may email you about the links?
yes, absolutely. I'll put that in for everybody. Thank you for that. Let
Thank
me,
you.
there we go. Do this for everybody. There we go. Yeah. So, and yeah, so just email me, about anything, any questions or anything that you might have about these links. So also, if you want to secure your spot tonight, or anytime in September, you can just take a photo of this slide and this QR code. And if you enroll tonight, you get $100 discount. So EF is just offering that to you guys. And that discount expires on September 30th. So there's just an option there. It's just you get $100 off if you sign up right away. Let's see. Yeah, Daisy, there are other scheduled trips. Yeah, and if you check the LBCC study abroad, there's information about that too. And they're coordinated with all kinds of different classes. So there's one coming up I think it's attached to a history class and stuff like that. So yeah, just double check there, and they'll post all of the different trips and stuff like that. So and yeah, there's lots of different options. Let's see. Does it cost to enroll? To be honest, I don't know if I don't think that they're gonna charge you right away. I think but you can check if you just do the QR code and just go and, just check it out and see. And then I'm not sure exactly what, how that is working per se. Sorry, I don't know it from the student perspective, but you can just try the QR code and see what it says and see what they do there without without having to go all the way through. Also here is you may need the program number here, and also here are other ways that you can talk to them. So in case this is the travel support team that'll be with us, and you can just give them this program number, once you sign up and everything, if you have questions, or they've done so many of these trips, so they can help you with just about anything. So if you have any questions, just let them know. And then also, this is my email, which I know I just put in the chat, but you can take a photo with your phone or screenshot it too. And, just let me know if you have any questions, or if you want me to send you anything that's in this PowerPoint or anything like that. And you will need a permission number to sign up for the English 3 class. They're just doing that because only people that are going on the trip will be able to take the class. And, so that, because we don't want some people that are taking the class and some people that aren't in the class. So everybody in the class will be going on the trip. And I need to double check. I think you have to have taken English 1. That's a prerequisite, I believe, for English 3. So I just want to double check that. Most of you probably have already taken it. It's usually a prerequisite. It's usually the first class you take when you come in as a freshman. But just an FYI. But it is good for transfer credit. It is good for GEs. And then also, like I said, if you have friends from other places, other schools or anything like that, all they have to do is sign up as an LBCC student and then just, email me for the permission number and then they can take the class. So, feel free to let anybody know about that. So, but yeah, any other questions for me about any of that? I know it's kind of a lot of information to take in, but let me stop the share here really quick. And I know a few people joined in a little bit late. So any questions at all that I can help you guys with? Okay. Well, yeah, yeah, feel free to email. That's totally fine. If you already took English 3, email me, Daisy, and let me double check and see what I can do for you on that. I just don't know off the top of my head, but that's a really good question. So I will check on that for you. But yeah, so that's basically, yeah. Yeah, so feel free to email me about anything else. Spread the word if you have any friends that might be interested, all of that kind of thing. And also, this is being recorded tonight. So if anybody that if they want to watch the Zoom or anything like that, let me know. And I'm happy to send them the link, for this particular Zoom too, or send them the PowerPoint or, anything that they need or any information. So yeah, but I'm excited, guys. I hope you are too. I think it's going to be an amazing, amazing trip. A week in Paris is such a great opportunity and it's a great city. And we're going to get to see like all of the biggest and most famous landmarks in Paris and stuff too. So any other questions for me? All right, guys. Well, oh yeah.
Oh,
Go for
sorry.
it.
I
Really?
wanted to ask about the room accommodations.
Yes.
If we're traveling, could we ask for like our roommates if we're traveling with like another classmate as well?
Yes. Like, can you ask if like you can room together kind of thing?
Yeah, or within the same room at least.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Just let them know. Just tell EF, that you already have someone that you want to room with or whatever. And yeah, they can coordinate that with you.
Okay, beautiful. And
Yes.
then I guess
And
one more
also,
question. Oh, sorry.
sorry, I was just going to say also, if you have friends or family that also want to go, this is for everybody. Again, they can just sign up for LBCC, sign up for the class, and then, they can also room with you or whatever too. So I'm sorry. What were you going to ask, Cassandra? Sorry.
No, I was just going to ask with regards to the flight. I know you mentioned that if we were to buy our own flight, it would be like a reduced cost of what the original program total cost is.
Yep, that's
Would
right.
we have to connect with EF Tours to kind of get that amount?
Yep, just let them know that you're going to do your own flight and then they will only charge you it'll be a reduced rate. They'll reduce it, they'll take the flight off and then just give you that reduced rate and then you can just do the flight on your own.
Okay, beautiful. So if we're signing up for the payment plan, we would have to call them with regards to getting it adjusted so that it reflects that.
Yep, exactly. Just let them know
Okay.
you're going to book your flight on your own. Yep, exactly.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And Daisy, yes, absolutely. Yeah, if you have other friends at other schools, yep, absolutely. They just have to sign up to be a student at LBCC and then sign up for the class. But yeah, they can absolutely do that and they can go. So, yep, that's a definite possibility, which is kind of fun. So if you know anybody at other schools, let them know too. Yep. It's fun to go with your friends. So, if you know people, that can go, that's great. Any other questions?
Hi, Professor.
Hi.
I was just wondering, you said that we have to be enrolled in the class, so and that we need a certain kind of permission to be enrolled. So does that mean that we enroll once spring semester enrollment opens, or can we
Yep,
enroll
exactly.
now?
I actually, you can enroll as soon as the spring classes pop up. You just need a permission number from me, but all you have to do is just email me and, I'm happy to give those permission numbers. You probably will just have to wait until, as soon as the spring classes are available, then you can sign up. So yeah. And just, like I said, just email me and I'll give you a permission number to get in.
Okay, awesome. So, and we can reserve our spot for the trip by paying today, right?
Yep, exactly. And you actually, if you pay today, then it's $100 off too. So you get kind of a bonus too. Yep.
Okay, awesome. So we can pay today, reserve our spot, and then like just let you know for a permission number.
Yep, you got it. Exactly.
All right, awesome. That sounds
Yeah.
good. I'm so excited. Thank you so
That's
much.
awesome. Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited for you too. Yeah, can't wait. So, great. Anybody else questions? Anybody need me to go back to a slide or like need any like information? Well, I guess you can just email me too, but if you need that QR code or anything, let me know and I can even send that to you on email. But yeah, if you need anything, let me know. Anything else, guys? Okay, well, it was a pleasure to meet everybody. I can't wait. I hope that all of you will get to go. This is going to be a super fun trip. Paris is incredible, and yeah, I can't wait to see you guys. So I will say goodbye for now, and I will see you all soon. Email me with any questions. Bye, you guys.
Bye, thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.